Hello, beautiful divine feminines. Today I'm going to do a little bit of a different read, pick a card. Where is this going? How is he feeling? Let's see what the cards have to offer us. Before I begin, they'd like me to do a little healing regarding the mind field. If you like this healing, say yes at the end. If not, just let it pass you by and it will not affect you at all. Anything that's standing in the way of clearly seeing the situation, my feelings, what's in my heart, or any confusion that is clouding my mind regarding this love situation, the person that you're thinking about today, your twin, soulmate. Let's uncreate and destroy that now across all time, space, and dimension. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. If you like this healing, say yes. Anyone's influence that is, that's my stomach, sorry. Anyone's influence, thoughts, feelings, opinions that are coming into my reality to cloud my judgment regarding my divine counterpart and our relationship. Let us destroy and uncreate those now across all time, space, and dimension. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. All right, we're going to invoke the crystals so they may send you the frequencies that you need to make the right decision for you. This beautiful new pyramid that I have, rainbows, lots of energy, this beautiful selenite heart, and this beautiful rose quartz orb. Go ahead and make your selection now, and we will begin with pile one. Lots of blues and blacks here. Let's see. All in the upright. Very, very nice. And for some reason, you got a 6 card. Overall message, your masculine is very much appreciating you. My table's not laid out to do spreads this big usually. Okay. I do feel like you are in separation, or you are not making any movement towards them. No, I'm getting very strongly there's separation here. The desire to speak the truth is coming forward. So much sadness in your heart. If you're not in separation or feeling sad, I don't think this is your pile. I really get the sense that you and your person went through a period of trying to manifest each other, trying to get on the same page, in the same frequency, and you triggered each other. You especially triggered them, I think, when there was, you had quite a deep reveal and you spoke your truth. You may have spoken a truth about being very attracted to them. Whatever this truth was, it illuminated the possibility for them that this could be something more than they thought it was at one point, or could be. And this triggered a cycle of healing that I do think it's the rejection wound, but it could be the abandonment wound, whatever broke their heart as a child or in the past, probably, they've gone through many cycles. They had a tendency to kind of escape into situations that weren't so serious, where with other people who weren't so loyal. So we might call them F boys or whatever, they could be girls. Don't get hung up on that. No gender in tarot. They could see a possibility of ending up with the Ten of Cups with you, and this triggered this cycle of healing. So they are once again beginning this process of manifestation with you. Clearly they are releasing what they once held as stable truths in order to summon a reconnection with you, right? A stable love, a 4 and a 6. They are like dreaming of the possibility that there could be a 10 of Cups with you. And I think you're also dreaming of that too. Right now, I really just feel like you're on your own. And I think what part of what happened with you is that you were just like, well, I'm not going to open up like that again. I'm not going to speak my truth again. But you speaking your truth and being unguarded with your heart, I do get the sense that they feel like you're out of their league and very much like intensely beautiful to them. Obviously, you're their twin, and that's how it's made for us. It's not like a typical beauty. It's this intense magnetic draw to this person, and they just see you in this divine feminine light. I mean, all of these cards are being illuminated. She's very much like decorated and adorned and radiant. And, we have a 1, a 6, and an 8 here. So I think it is you speaking your truth and unguarding your heart, right? This heart is healed. That's why it's out of its cage, right? It's out of its shell. There is healing currently going on. So there are 2 cards of silence here. And there is 1 card of speaking, but it's in the past position. So right now, all that's being done is energy work, conscious or subconscious. There may be there is no moon energy here, which is kind of crazy to me. So that tells me that, things are going to be brought out into the light of day. They are going to be illuminated. You have 2 magician cards here. There's understanding that coming to both you that you do hold the power to create your reality. That's what this card is a lot for me. It's kind of like the 7 of Cups energy where you have all of these open doors you can walk through, right? We move from an energy of that's happening to me to that's happening for me because I'm manifesting it. And that's kind of what this card is representing to me, that there's a bit of flexibility in the way that you perceive reality right now. And where once perhaps you or they or both thought this was out of reach for you, now it's a little scary to think that a love this powerful is something that they could have, and your loyalty to them has kind of blown them away. Maybe vice versa, because this is a 3-3 card, but I do see a balancing out, an evening, and a desire for victory in this relationship. I don't have any movement cards yet here. This is in the past, and it is going away. So I do possibly think, let's see if we can get a little bit more. I wasn't going to draw more cards, but I am curious. What will the future hold in this relationship? Yeah, there's balancing. Balancing is going on right now. For some of you, not all, there may be a dissolving of the family unit on one or both of the sides. And Spirit just wants you to know if that's the case. Oh, so we do finally have a moon imagery here. Spirit wants you to know, if this is you, they want you to deal with your existing family structure independent of your twin flame. Because the angels are guiding you. 2 angel cards. I know, divine timing. It's very challenging. So go at your own pace, okay? Because a new offer will come in. So there's our answer. It's in divine timing. I don't like that answer any more than you. But angels are very, very present in this relationship. To be honest, I can't remember the last spread I did this big where, and I don't look at the cards. I usually don't pre-shuffle at all, but I don't look at the cards. And they're all upright. And this is very good for moving forward. It's a great sign because that means that a lot of the past has now been dealt with and we're not stuck looking backwards. Though there is healing, the angels are very much involved in that. And that isn't something, you need to consciously do unless you're very, very guided to do that. When we become more and more energetically sensitive, we know when things feel right and it's time to move forward on a healing or having somebody help us heal. So that being said, if you would like my skills to work with your energy, do readings for you, look at your twin flame ring, my gigs on Fiverr start at $5. And then I'm on Patreon, which I believe it starts at $8, where we look at the feminine energy and work with it to stop all the repeating thoughts and all of that. And then I'm also on TikTok. The links are below. And I'm going to move on to pile 2. Thank you for being here and liking, sharing, subscribing, and supporting me. It's very amazing that you guys show up for me. I really appreciate it. All right, pile 2. They're not giving me easy readings today, that's for sure. Some of them are so straightforward, but some of them really require quite a bit of detective skills. So you chose the selenite, which is protection. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So unlike pile 1, very, very different energies. You have most of your cards in reverse. Oh. Wow. On the top row. Okay. A lot of 5D communication going on with you two. I don't see any cards really of stillness here, except the moon, which is giving me this very psychic vibe. I do think that you're both quite psychic, and very unusual for me to say this. I think the masculine in this energy is extremely psychic, extremely gifted, a very, very high level healer from many, many lifetimes of, God, I feel a card wanting to come out. many lifetimes of many past lives. I can't talk. Okay, I do think your person came at you in a very passionate way in the past. I do think they're very romantic in a lot of ways. They may not be openly, overtly romantic. I am getting a bit of an immature energy here for some reason. Just this Knight of Wands in the reverse. They haven't fully stepped into their power yet. I do think in this, some of you, not all of you, you could be older than this person in Earth chronological years. I just have to tell you, like, they love you so much. It's making me want to cry. There is such intense love. With this 2 cards, I think some of you could be dealing with Pisces. With some fire in their chart, perhaps, or a fire sign with Pisces in their chart. They may have what I call the magician's chart, which is all the elements represented, but they would sacrifice themselves for you, and that means in life or death. They would, and have, trigger warning, okay? They have sacrificed themselves for you in past lives, and they would do that again, and I think on some level you know that. And you're right behind them on the spiritual evolutionary scale. Like, I think they're one tiny step behind you, in front of you. And like, it gives you this amazing spiritual trust in them. Like, this bottom row is amazing. It's like they're guiding you to your life's purpose just through their energy field. It's really amazing. Like, I don't know that you even know why that you trust this person. It's crazy, this energy. It's very strong. Their auric field is extremely strong. I do think that they came into your life. Oh, I started shuffling and it just fell out. They came into your life in a very big way, and then they left probably just as quickly as they came, maybe multiple times. You're in the process of moving. Wow, that's insane. From the 8 to the 9 to the 10 of Pentacles. And it is this person that will draw you into this. I think intuitively, I'm just like getting shivers on my entire body. I think intuitively, that you don't have to generate this manifestation, if that makes any sense. Like, the 3 of Wands in reverse is telling me that you're kind of still right now, and this moon energy is very feminine. It's very still. Like, the moon, completely opposite of pile 1, the moon doesn't generate its own light, right? So I think at this moment, one or both of you are going through this spiritual test to become ready to hold this energy, heavy, heavy earth energy. Yeah. So, okay. You will be getting communication that will kind of rock your world. The next card out would have been the Tower. The bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. So there is going to be an emotional communication with you very, very soon. I think it's going to come in like crazily fast when you are kind of in this peaceful garden of abundance. Like, I get this feeling right now that you're kind of like living your best life, or you're trying to get there. Like, we have some very intense cards of success. I don't think you're necessarily a materialistic person, either of you, but I do think that you have been working very, very hard, and this will be your karmic reward in this lifetime, because you will do so much good with this money. It will be like, my whole body is just getting chills. It's insane. Like, you will change the world with this money, and it's not something you have to do per se, except you have to follow and trust your path. So that is your spiritual test, and where you will have your victory, and only you will really know what that is. It's hidden in your heart, and this person will help awaken that for you. As you learn to fully trust your intuitive gifts, they will be going through a massive spiritual awakening. And if they are already spiritually awake, they will just continue to grow in their gifts and powers as they learn who they are and they step fully into realizing, you guys mirror that. So that will be a beautiful unfolding for both of you. And if you'd like my help reading your energies, reading your ring, doing any kind of shifting energetically, I do lots of those. My gigs for twins start at $5. I typically only work with twins or very high level soulmates. I do space clearing and energy work for people who aren't on a twin journey as well. I also am on Patreon and TikTok, and I would love to work with you. I thank you so much for being here, liking, sharing, subscribing, and for the work that you do as twins. I value it on the collective grand scale immensely. So thank you. I'm going to move on to pile 3, which is the rose quartz. Hello, pile 3. My voice is going a little bit. So both piles 1 and 2 were very different, and yours looks very interesting as well. I do think probably my Scorpios are in this pile. I see Pisces, I see water signs, but heavily Scorpio. So all 3 piles were very different. If you are drawn to another pile, it may also have a message for you. This is a very stuck energy. Very deep, very passionate, but quite... I'm trying to get how to say this in a way that's positive, because all spiritual journeys are journeys of our soul. You are being protected right now, but there is a heavy, stuck energy. I have 5 cards that are stuck energies, and then a fragment card. There's a heavy resistance to embracing the spiritual nature of this journey. So first of all, whenever I deliver a message that is difficult, I want to come from a place of non-judgment. So I want you to know that. I've had a lot of times where I've been very, very stuck on this journey. The positives are this is incredibly passionate, very, very deep feelings. And that may be why it's so difficult right now to see the good. So if you're in this, doing this shadow work, I just want to commend you. Seriously, it is the most important work to do on the twin journey. It is the only really work that matters in our evolution. We can't be in our shadow all the time. But right now, there's a part of you and a part of them. Because I get that some of you are wondering if this is actually your twin, and it is. There's a part of you that just doesn't believe you can move forward, and there's a part of them, oh God, that doesn't believe they can move forward either. All right, so we have some messages that fell out. Again, we have 2 9s here in the upright. There is a sense here that you're moving out of your mind and closer into your heart and the emotional, spiritual sense there. So I do think in that way, this period of reflection has served you. But there's been a part of you and them that has been overly dependent on creating drama. Look at the bottom of the deck. There's a part of you that likes to create problems in other people's lives or with other people or for yourself, just to see like if you're good enough as a person, like self-worth wise, to get out of them, and then also to very much distract and fragment your energies, because they're telling me that you need to stop fragmenting your energies and focus on this healing of your shadow, because they're showing me a watch that time is ticking, and you think maybe that this relationship is all about passion, but it's a spiritual journey. It's being tempered right now by angels, and they really want you. Hidden card. They really want you to stop distracting yourself, moving away. Even like maybe you take trips to distract yourself, or whatever it is, you get caught up in like romantic situations. You may be very charismatic. Your person may be very, very charismatic. You may have like a high level of mental, emotional, what do they call that? When it's like intelligence, emotional intelligence. You may have a very high level of, and if we were using toxic words, we would call it manipulative, but it's a high level of emotional intelligence when you can get people to do what you want by giving them what they want, right? That comes from past life work. And I do see a lot of air signs in this pile. I see a lot of swords, a lot of fire. And as I said before, the water. Ultimately, right now, the path that you're leading to is indecision. You're in heavy denial with this relationship. And I think maybe you don't really want to, or you don't believe that you can become so strong, so spiritually strong. There may be a part of you that was raised thinking like, being social, having lots of friends, being extroverted, just this is for some of you coming through, was really the way to be successful. That was like ingrained in your mind to not really be this reflective, emotional person, but just to like have a good time, show up to parties, to friends, host a lot. And I grew up in a house like that where I was very artistic, but the emphasis was on morphing yourself into being somebody you weren't, right? So in that, you deny who you are and you fragment your energy and you close down your third eye. Oops, sorry about this. My music ended. Okay. So the third eye and the solar plexus are trying to help you heal the shadow, and it may not be that. It may not be that exactly. It may be different. You may not have had a really positive childhood. A lot of twins go through very, very dark childhoods because they're going to rise into great healers, and they have to go to, you know, that level of that depth, to experience it, and that's a soul choice. So I I'm sorry if that's something that you've been through. Many, many twins have, and it's not unusual. There is the solar plexus heart access here that's very dominant for you. It may be that you can see the mind, the heart, and then right in between is the solar plexus here. And that may be your identity that you're grappling with, trying to figure out like who you really are. You may be great at saying the words that, or you're masculine, maybe great at saying the words people want to hear, passion, romance, and then like not actually following through, and that may be leaving them feeling very, very empty. They may have done this to you, and that may have caused you to become emotionally attached to them and then have those abandonment rejection wounds activated, which is a normal part of this journey also. So I see right now kind of a stalemate happening with, unless you decide to go through this transformation. And once you do, you both will be able to have this conversation that about who you truly are and what you truly want. So if you would like to work with me on these energies, I do chakra clearings and healings and tarot journeys. I work with twins and their rings and do a lot of energy healing. My gigs start at $5 on Fiverr, and then I'm on Patreon where we work with divine feminine energy to stop all these repetitive thoughts and all of the yearning and longing. And I'm also on TikTok, so you can find me there. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. It means the world to me, and I really, really love the twin community. I'm here to support you on your journey, and any way I can help, please comment and let me know. Thanks. Bye.